Welcome to 7 Days at the Minimum Wage, where we think it's outrageous to expect anybody to live on $5.15 an hour, and equally outrageous that our federal minimum wage has not been raised in 10 years. What's it like to live on the minimum wage? How would raising it help people? We wanted to find out, and so we went out and talked with full-time workers who make close to the current federal minimum wage. As an American, you will not be proud of what you hear and see from Susan Wyndham and Paul Valdez.
My days usually it's like construction work, and they pay $6.25 an hour, and it varies from picking up trash to installing something, digging a trench, using a pick and shovel. It varies, and it's usually really hard. And yeah, for $6.25 it's a joke. It's a joke, because as the day goes on, by the end of the day I'm looking at like $35, and I pretty much broke my back, or and the other people that work for the company, they're making like 3 times what I'm making. And yeah, just minimum wage is just it's too low. They haven't raised it like in 10 years or something, and gas and food and housing, everything's going up, but minimum wage is staying the same. That's not right. And hopefully, come November, things will change, and I'll be there to vote, believe me.
I got run over 2 years ago, so I have no income. I'm waiting for disability or to get better and go back to work, whichever comes first, But seeing Greg, how he comes home, it looks like he's coming home from a war or something, Now, how can anyone support their children or families, sick mothers, fathers? How can you do it?
You can't. You get
Frustrated.
behind in bills, and then they start doing this and that to you, adding more money for late charges, and it's just a revolving door. And it's just hard to get out of that cycle.
There has to be a middle class in America. There always has been a middle class. Our society is based on it, versus, like Russia, the rich and the poor get poorer, and the rich get richer. We're not about that. This is America.
Our electricity bills are already up $400, $500, and threatening to shut off the electricity, and that's why it's just hard. It is hard making six or five. What's the minimum wage? $5.50. That's just the sound of that sounds terrible.
Yeah, the electricity just has gone up. The housing has gone up. Food, there's a big difference in the food bill. Everything. There's just no way a person making even $10 an hour anymore could really make it. How can they expect these people to make it on $5.50? Let's respect the backbone of America, the people that are working hard to keep it together. We need them as much as we need that computer wizard, They are just as important to America.
What happened to Paul and Susan can happen to anybody. One partner in a relationship gets hurt and can't work, and then the remaining wage earner has a real piece of bad luck. Should we raise the minimum wage so Susan and Paul can survive and maybe climb out of the hole, or should we just tell them to go away? Well, I believe we're all in this together, and that's why I want you to see what's happening in our country. If you live in Arizona, Colorado, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, or Ohio, you have a chance to help by voting yes on November 7th to raise the minimum wage. For other ways to help or to add your comment, visit our video blog.